Here's your word for the day from Calvary in Lake Havasu. Visit us on the web at calvaryaz.com.
Well, hey there, thanks for tuning in to your word for the day from Calvary. As we get into our passage today, I got a question. Do you like before and after pictures? I do. I love seeing the transformation that takes place and reflecting on that. I love it so much, and yet I am so frustrated because I usually only remember and think about it in the after phase. I can't go back and get the before. I wish I had the tendency to take a before picture and forget the after because that's a lot easier to fix. But that's a me problem. But we love those before and afters, whether it is physical transformation of someone losing weight and getting in shape and building muscle, whether it's home renovation, maybe perhaps a mezzanine remodel at a church, maybe. There's lots of examples, and I think that they're really helpful for us, and sometimes we forget the before. And as we read through the New Testament, I think God knows that we need reminders of what our life was like before our faith in Jesus. And it gives us those as reminders of what we need to know. And we see that in Ephesians chapter 4 today, verses 17 through 19. It says this: "Now I say and testify in the Lord that you must no longer walk as the Gentiles do, in the futility of their minds. They are darkened in their understanding, alienated from life in God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardness of heart. They have become callous and given themselves over to sensuality, greed, to practice every kind of impurity." Now, this isn't directly a before and after, but I think Paul gives us this to give us a glimpse. We shouldn't read this and be like, wow, I am so much better than the people who don't follow Jesus. This is not given to us to be prideful and arrogant and think we're better than those who are still outside of the household of faith. This is given to us as a reminder of what we maybe were like or what we could be like without God. And it's given to us for a reason. At the beginning of verse 17, it says that you must no longer walk this way. You must no longer walk as these people who don't follow Jesus. And so today, my question is just for you to examine, is your life a living before and after picture of what Jesus can do? Because throughout the scriptures, we see that there's this contrast of without Jesus, we look this way. There's darkness, there's brokenness, there's sin, there's rebellion. With Jesus, there is life, there is freedom, there is obedience, there is faith. Does your life look like that? I think one of the highest compliments people could give is to see us and go, man, you're a different person than the person I used to know. I think that's one of the highest compliments of faith that someone could pay. So is that true in your life? Are the people around you looking at maybe the you they used to know back in the day? Maybe it sounds a little bit like this. And they look now and they see a completely different person. My hope is that that's the case. And the only way that we do that is by surrendering our life to Jesus and allowing Him to transform us. But let me also ask, are there multiple ways that your life is this way? And are you adding to these before and after pictures? See, I think there's sometimes areas of our life that we hold on to and we still walk as the Gentiles do. We still walk as the unbelievers do. Maybe we're holding on to sin. Maybe there's areas of our life we have not surrendered to obedience in. Let me encourage you to examine and go, are there places in my life that I'm still living like I did before faith in Jesus? And what would it look like for you to surrender those areas of your life and walk in obedience so that you're not walking as you once did, but even those small, hidden, maybe unknown areas of your life live as a billboard of before and after of what Jesus can do for us. So I hope today that you would follow Jesus, that you would walk in obedience, and that you would let your life be a living before and after picture, testifying to the goodness of Jesus. We'll see you next time.